Hey guys, THUNDERSTUD here, and today we are exploring the new TG archetype. It has been around for a little tiny bit, just Gladiator and one little tuner, but now we have a full viable archetype with it, and it's pretty strong. It's actually really deep. This is one very streamlined version. I didn't come up with this. The community really mulled this out in really fast time, in just a few days, even for Duel Links. So this is really just focusing on certain combos, getting out certain boss monsters, and it does a really good job of doing that. But this archetype is really much deeper than that, especially with Konami continuing to do the little new character and box at the same time, like they did with Kite and like they've done with Antinomy. Is that how you say his name? So this is the streamlined version. This is the streamlined version that gets you to the boss monsters pretty easy, especially Halberd. Probably the best way to get to him. But there's other ways. I'm definitely going to make a free-to-play version of this deck because it has tons of support that can get you doing other things. Maybe not get these boss monsters out as fast or consistently, but still puts out other win cons pretty impressively, so it's pretty cool. Generally, though, this one revolves around Miscellaneous Saurus because we got a new free-to-play card in TG Booster Raptor. This is from the event. This isn't from the box. If you control a TG monster, you can special summon it from your hand. He's not a tuner. He's just a regular monster. But the point is, he's a dino. So at a level 1 dino, you can special summon him with Miscellaneous Saurus. Now, we're using level 4 tuners plus R1. That means we're doing 5 synchros, which means Raiden works him perfectly. You have a couple synchros in TG Power Gladiator. He just does some piercing, but he's a level 5 non-tuner. Then you have level 5 tuners. That gets you to things like your, what is he called? Blaster or something? He's a big old 3300 monster. But this guy gets you there in a few ways. Once he's special summoned, you can add a TG card from your grave to your hand. Then you can special summon one TG monster from your hand. So he really gets the combos going. He doesn't have any attack at 100. So that's virtually what he's just a step in the ladder to get to these crazier synchros. So we do have some bosses outside of what the skill is giving us with Onimaru. And what really throws this deck over the top is just having access to the level 6 synchro pool, and that's because of things like Screw Serpent. So this card does a lot for the deck. If this card is normal summon or special summon, you target one level 4 or lower TG monster in your graveyard except himself. Special summon it, its effects are negated. Now, you can banish this card from the graveyard, target one TG monster you control, increase or reduce its level by 1 until the end phase. So you can jump right into that 6 synchro pool, and then we have 6s that are tuners, that are not tuners. We could get into Onimaru, we could get into Halberd. I don't know if we can get into, I think we can get into Halberds with just our level 6s. So very extreme deck, but what really turns it, or I guess I should finish going over what's in it. So with Raiden comes the charges. You want to just mill those Miscellaneous Sauruses, and then that lets you bring out your TG Raptor. Like I said, Screw Serpent does have means to do stuff from the graveyard, but generally it's not the card you're trying to mill. You're just trying to mill Miscellaneous Saurus. Then you just add in some great text. We have Book of Moon, Forbidden Lance, another way to search Miscellaneous Saurus, or our Raptor, and then Forbidden Lance just peppered in there. It could be anything really. I'd say this is just what's important, having some sort of back row hate. You could even use the new Mystic Typhoon if you want. I don't know if I'm really going to find too many excuses to use that, but it's a great card. So lastly about this deck, what really throws it over the top is this skill, and this is the skill you start with, so it's really weird Konami actually made it good. At the beginning of the duel, add Halberd Cannon, Blade Blaster, Power Gladiator, Wonder Magician, and Recipro Dragonfly. So that Dragonfly is what's really important. We'll get to him in a bit. Once per turn, if you have synchro summoned 2 or more TG synchro monsters, so if you've done 2 synchro summons of TG monsters, which you can do in a single turn very consistently with this deck, you play 1 TG Dragonfly. From your extra deck, what does this Dragonfly do? He'll return a TG synchro monster you control to the graveyard. Then he'll bring out all the synchro monsters that were used. So let's say you send your level 10 back, you bring out those 2 level 5s, you still have this Dragonfly on the field, he's level 2. Now you have a level 12 Onimaru done completely with synchro monsters, or your TG Halberd. So what does Halberd do? Once returned during either player's turn when a monster would be summoned, so special summon or normal summon, you negate the summon. And if you do, destroy it. Very strong effect. If this card must be face up on, or this card must be face up on the field to do it. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, target one TG monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. So that can be your blaster if you used your Dragonfly combo. Very good skill, pretty much core for this deck. And yeah, that's in a nutshell. It'll make way more sense once you see it in the replays. Very strong version, but I'm honestly more excited to really get into the deeper aspects of the archetype and explore some more of its support, maybe some more free-to-play aspects, just like photons. So we'll have to see, and I hope you guys enjoy, and thanks for watching. Alright, here we are facing an Odeon. Going first. See what we got for our boy. He's using a Photon, Galaxy Eyes, Sleeve, and a Dark Magician, old school. So here we have our Charged Light Brigade. That's going to let us mill a good amount. We mill a Screw. Now we normal summon our Raiden, mill a Miscellaneousaurus. That means we're off to the races, bringing out a Raptor. Synchroing into the Star Guardian. Now Star Guardian, he's going to add, I think, a Screw to our hand. We already have a Raptor in our hand. Now we're going to special summon that Screw. That's going to special summon a Raptor from the graveyard. Synchro once again into our Power Gladiator. 5 tuner, 5 monster, 2 synchros. That's our Blade Blaster. No cutscene for him. I gotta get the animation for this Excel synchro down, but maybe we'll get it here because we bring out our Dragonfly after doing 2 TG synchros. Bring the Guardian back out, bring the Power Gladiator back out. We're right now into the Halberd. We did get the Excel summon animation. This is when you're using only synchros to do a synchro. Pretty out there, and here is the Halberd. I think we do in fact get a cutscene. Running down some Excel highway, doing synchros faster than normal synchros, swinging in our Gundam mechs. Gundams don't usually have a nose like that though. 4K, really does remind me a lot of Nordics. Now he's trying to use Unukala, or however you say that monster, Unukalhai, but we negate her summon. Now we're swinging for a straight 4K. We normal summon a Miscellaneousaurus. He hits us with a Fiendish Chain. It's gonna slow us down a little bit, but not too much. Now he's gonna normal summon a Deneb. We tried to negate its summon, but we can't because of Fiendish Chain. Searches a Vega. Now he's gonna Super Team Buddy Force Unite out that Vega, then that Vega can special summon from his hand. Now I do have a Forbidden Chalice, so I could have stopped the Vega. I could stop the Delteros, but I'm not. He destroys the Forbidden Lance. I don't give him any more damage. We're still right in this duel. We get a Forbidden Lance of our own. We get a Forbidden Lance, our Halberd, Miscellaneousaurus out a Raptor. Bring out a second Raptor, even though we're not really going to be able to swing because Halberd is not going to be able to negate this summon. There are some summons he misses the timing on. It won't tell you he missed the timing, but he missed the timing. Now we destroy the Raptor in the end phase. That gives us a search of our Screw Serpent. And if this Raptor gets destroyed, we'll get another Screw Serpent. So here's going with the Altair. Cannon tries to scare him, but obviously it doesn't work. Special summons from the grave. The Neb gives him that search. Goes with the Altair. Straight into a Delteros once again. I guess he doesn't want to discard from his hand or anything. Just going for the straight battle into our Booster Raptor. Booster Raptor gives us another Screw Serpent in the end phase. We just gotta find a way to get rid of that Fiendish Chain. And I think I do know a way. So we're gonna normal summon our Screw Serpent. Special summon Dragonfly. Why am I special summoning Dragonfly? 4 plus 2 is 6, guys. I scare him with this effect. It's negated when you use Screw Serpent, but 4 plus 2 is 6. That's our Bryonic. We can get rid of that Delteros and the Fiendish Chain without him going off. And that way we could swing with our big Halberd and finish him for 4K. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing another Antimony. Antinomy. I want to say Antinomy. It is an N. So set Delta XL for both of us. Starting with no TG cards. Our boy is not playing TG cards either. He is using Black Wings. Searches a Gale. Summons the Gale. Searches a Squall. From the normal summon of the Gale. Special summons the Squall. That's a Raikiri, and I think he calls it a turn from there. He does set a back row. Top deck, Screw Serpent, that's perfect. We're gonna charge the Light Brigade. We do mill a Miscellaneous Source. We didn't need to, but we did, so we use them from our graveyard. Bring out our Booster Raptor. Normal summon a Raiden, mill a little more. All we did was mill some spell cards though. Bring out our Guardian. Now he's gonna add a Raptor to our hand. Now we're going to normal summon or special summon Screw Serpent. That's gonna then special summon the Raptor from our hand. We go into Power Gladiator. 5 plus 5 is 10. That's our blaster, guys. TG Blade Blaster. Do we get a cutscene? I don't think we get a cutscene. 3300. Cannot be targeted. He'll negate anything that targets him. Now we use the skill. Dragonfly. This is what it's all about, guys. Once you've done 2 synchros of TG monsters, which we've done, you can bring out your Dragonfly. He can return our level 10, bring our level 5s back out. Why do we want to do that though? Because now with that level 2, we are a level 12. So we get to use the Guardian and the 2 others. I don't know why we're not getting that special, oh, because we're going into Onimaru. So we go into the Onimaru for a fat amount of damage and lethal. We did not go into the Halberd. We wanted the 6k Onimaru to swing over that Gale and hit him for lethal. Great stuff. Alright, here we are facing a Seto Kaiba. Going second. Ultimate Dragons. Set Delta XL. So we got a Rooster. We got a Serpent. We got a Raiden. Our boy's throwing away a Stone of Ancients, setting 2 back row. Drawing some cards, bringing out a Blue Eyes, doing some Blue Eyes stuff. Here we got that Fossil Dig, Miscellaneous Source. Throw away the Miscellaneous Source, special summon the Booster Raptor. Normal summon Raiden, mill with Raiden, or we would try, but he hits us with a Fiendish Chain. That is where the duel turns south for our boy here. We really don't want to just Fiendish Chain that Raiden. We don't need the mill that bad. We've already used the mill effect with the Miscellaneous Source. So we go into an Xyz of a Star Guardian. Star Guardian is going to special summon our Screw Serpent. Screw Serpent is going to special summon Booster Raptor. That's going to be Power Gladiator. This was one of the first TG monsters we actually had, actually doing nothing, just doing Pierce. He goes into an Xyz as a bridge, his true use, and we are using the Blade Blaster with our XL summon animation there. Now we're going to use our skill to bring out our Dragonfly. Dragonfly is going to return that Big Bad Blaster, bring out the Guardian and the Gladiator once again. Screw Serpent's going to change him to 1, so we're going to keep the Gladiator, bring out a Bryonic Dragon. What are we doing? We don't even go to Halberd. We don't go to Onimaru. We go to Gladiator into Bryonic, all thanks to Dragonfly. We remove the Blue Eyes, remove the back row. Great stuff. Alright, here we are facing a Shark. Going second. No sleever map for our boy over there. 21 cards. We're using set Delta XL. We do have our Fossil Dig, but we don't really need it as we have a Miscellaneous Source. We throw it away in his face, and we bring it out. Bring a Booster Raptor out, I should say. I almost said Rooster. Go with the Star Guardian. Now we're gonna return that Screw Serpent to our hand. That's gonna let us special summon him and special summon a Raptor out once again. We do our Xyz, or sorry, our Synchro into our level 5 Power Gladiator. We have now done 2 TG summons. We go with the blaster. Now we can bring out our dragonfly. We'll fossil dig another miscellaneous source. We'll throw away that miscellaneous source. He's going to Rainbow Life through our blaster. So I kept the blaster because I assumed we would be targeted by that back throw. I didn't want to just lose to a Karma Cut to our Halberd. But it was a Rainbow Life, so it gains a bunch of life. Now our Dragonfly is going to return. Now we're free to use Halberd. Guardian's going to give us that screw back to our hand. All synchro monsters. Here comes Halberd, guys. So Guardian for 5, Gladiator, and Dragonfly for 7 makes our Halberd. We do have a cutscene for this boy. Down some space highway. Got some like panther nose. And then just a big old pole arm he holds like a sword. We are able to normal summon our Screw Serpent once again. This time we're going Dragonfly. That's going to be level 6 Synchro Pool. That's the pool I love, baby. But opponent scoops. Great, great stuff. Alright, here we are facing a Seto Kaiba. Going first. Let's see what our boy's got for us. He's using Alternative Dragon Sleeve, Blue Eyes Matte. We're using Set, Delta Excel. So we're starting with the Screw Serpent. Or actually, no, we're gonna set a Raptor and set a Book of Moon. Now, all TG monsters, after they're destroyed and sent to the graveyard, in the end phase, you get a search of a TG monster. They all do that, it's very useful. Here, our boy is throwing away a Spirit of White to get an Alternative Dragon, and a regular Blue Eyes is bringing out that Alternative Dragon. He's going to pop our poor boy. TG Raptor, like I said, gives us that search in the end phase. We go with our other Screw Serpent because we didn't really only have 2 TG cards in this deck. So normal summon the Serpent. That's going to special summon our Raptor. We're going to Book of Moon to save our Screw Serpent from that big bad Karma Cut. Now we brought out 1 Raptor and we just chill there. Our opponent's going to pop us again. Now we're going to play our Raiden. Raiden will mill a little bit. Probably didn't need to mill. All we did was mill 2 Forbidden Lands, so not super useful there. But now we're going into the Star Guardian. He will add a card from the grave to our hand. And he would have let us special summon a new one, but we're not going to be able to. What we are going to do, though, is miscellaneous source out 1 TG Raptor. Now, he will be destroyed in the end phase, but this Raptor won't. So we'll keep that Raptor. End phase destruction gives us our last Screw Serpent. We're really ready to just pop off on this boy. So now he's going to Alternative Dragon, destroy our Raptor, nothing left for Raptor to search, and we finally get to break his field. Now we're going with the Screw Serpent to bring out the Raptor. Synchro into a Star Guardian. Star Guardian is going to let us add 1. We add a Raptor. Now we're going to special summon another Screw Serpent. When he special summons, we get to special summon another Raptor. I should have special summoned the Raptor from the grave. I don't know why I special summoned the Raptor from my hand. Then we go into a Coral Dragon. We go with Charge of the Light Brigade. Miscellaneous Source brings out another Miscellaneous Source by banishing 4 and himself. So now all we gotta do is discard the Screw Serpent, destroy the Alternative Dragon, and then swing for lethal. For some reason, I disconnected at this point. I was at work. I don't know why. It really just... It's been tough lately, but still, all you gotta do is destroy it with the Coral Dragon and swing for lethal. Great, great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Yusei. Going first. No sleever map for a boy over there. He's using Mark of the Dragon Head, and we're using Set, Delta, Excel. Look at that, 12 in our extra deck, guys. It's pretty crazy. So we're going to start with a Book of Moon, use our Fossil Dig for Miscellaneous Source, and then we'll just normal summon him. 1800. We want him in our graveyard anyway, so it's really not a bad play at all. Here our boy is using Psy Reflector with his Assault Beast. Now you discard the Assault Beast, search the trap, and then you reveal the trap, special summon the beast. Choose his level. He's going to choose level 7. we're gonna Book of Moon that level 7. Now he's left with just that little 400 monster. Now there's not really much we can do with a level 4 regular monster like Miscellaneousaurus, but we do mill another Miscellaneousaurus with the Raiden, so that's gonna bring us a Raptor from outside of the deck, and a Star Guardian. Star Guardian's gonna add the Raptor to our hand. We're gonna bring out the Raptor once again, and this is what really throws the deck over the top. Like I said, the access to the 6 Synchro Pool. You already saw me talking about how strong the 6 Synchro Pool is, and here it is being relevant. We destroy the face down, swing into the monster, bring him to within 200 life points of lethal superpose. Here he's got a Synchron Resonator, Red Ward, going with the Creation Resonator. That's a Zeta. Now he's concentrating current the Zeta to swing over the Coral Dragon. Curious play. Coral Dragon gives us a +1, and he scoops. So this deck does what it does pretty consistently and pretty solid, guys, and that's get huge synchros, multi-synchros, uses the skill well, very consistent, very strong deck. I don't think it's going to be tier 1, I don't think it's going to be tier 0. I think Halberd's a little overrated, Onimaru's great, Blaster's great, but other than that, I don't see it being too crazy. I really want to dive in to the other forms of support. This deck really only has 2 TG monsters in it, so I really want to see TG spread their legs. They have a lot more support that's doing a lot of other stuff. What they really remind me of is Nordics. They feel a lot like Nordics, maybe a little more consistent since their combos are just 2-card combos and not as resource intensive. But they feel a lot like Nordic monsters to me, so let me know what you guys think, and thanks for watching.